Good morning, everyone. As you all know, we're here to discuss about our.
Sorry, sir. I was just getting ready.
Okay, let's start again. Good morning, everyone. As you all know, we are here to discuss about reviving our business. I want all of your opinions and your views. Jennifer, why don't you start?
Sure, sir. So, even as you all know that our business is facing a loss,
Hello?
we can,
Jenny, I can't hear you. Jenny, you're breaking up.
Hello?
Yes, Jenny, you're breaking up.
Hello?
Yes, can you please repeat?
Again?
Yes, please
Yes, sir.
repeat.
Yes, sir. So, I was saying that
What?
a loss, so
Jennifer, I can't hear you. Can you please repeat? Your connection's very weak. Come on.
कनेक्शन छोड़ो, आप ही बह रहे हो, आप क्या सुनेंगे?
What? I heard that, Jenny.
Good morning, class. Romy, are you sleeping?
No, ma'am.
Anyways, let's start with the class. Today we're going to study about Sigmund Freud and the theory that he had put forward. Have you heard about the three-part cell?
Rumi?
Mom, I'm in a class.
Yes. I know what all class you attend. All day talking to that girl, and Mama, I'm in a class. What's her name?
Mom, teachers, we are in a class. Please go.
1 hour later.
And that's it for today. I hope the children remember that you need to submit your assignments tomorrow.
Assignment?
Children, your assignments, I need it by tomorrow.
Hey Jan, what's up? Where have you been? It's been such a long time.
Where else will I be, bro? Obviously at home now.
So, what's happening? Enjoying the lockdown, you lazy lump?
Why won't I enjoy lockdown? I have so much of fun things to do, right? Jharu pocha, washing the utensils and so on.
What? Why? Don't you have your family to help you? Oh, I completely forgot, Ray. You're so stuck in that PG alone. So, how have you been managing?
Wow. It would be great if you could come and help me now.
So you have been pretty busy. Anyways, I wanted to invite you to SOAR's Watch Party Edition. We're starting a new theme this month. It's called What's Next? Uploading the new normal. We do it every Sunday from 6 o'clock. Why don't you join us? Oh, it's almost 6. I'm going to log in. Why don't you do the same? Okay, see you. Good evening, friends. These are some of the conversations many of us might have had during the lockdown. But what conversations will Unlock bring? To know more about it, keep watching SOAR Online.
Yes, that's right. Let me introduce to you the theme for today, New Conversations. So here we begin. Let's welcome our guest presenters for tonight, Grace AG.
Lift up your voices and say
gonna do something that's called Just Like Grace. Here we go. Just like David, just like Joshua, just like Moses, just like Daniel, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I don't care what the devil may do, I'm gonna praise the Lord. Let's do that once again, just like David. Just like David, just like Joshua, just like Moses, just like Daniel, just like Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I don't care what the devil may do, I'm gonna praise the Lord. Praises go up, glory comes down. Lift up your voices and sing, make a joyful sound. Breathe loud, oh, and cry out. Let the sound of His praise be heard with a joyful shout. Don't be ashamed of the praise in your heart. Just give God the glory, give God your all. When you feel like you can't go on, just lift up your voices and sing this song. My God is a great maker, my Lord is a mighty Lord, my King is an awesome King, and He's my help in the time of need, my God. Hello to everyone, all of you sitting in Calcutta. Thank you very much for giving us the privilege to join you from Faridabad, Haryana. Allow me to introduce our wonderful worship team. My name is Patrick. This is my beautiful wife, Debbie. We have Rohan on the drums, our keys maestro, Steve, and then we have Sam. We don't really know what he does, but whatever he does sounds good. So here's Sam. Thank you once again for allowing us, wherever you are. You might be watching us on your laptop, tablet, or phone, or in your earphone sitting in a corner. We're doing really simple and easy songs, something that really, these songs will really enrich you and remind you of your relationship with God. So, and remind you of who Jesus really should mean to you and does mean to you in your life. Okay? So as we sing the next few songs, I'd like you to really join us. Get into the mode of praise and worship with us. Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debt you paid. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you're in my life. I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debt you paid. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky. Lord,
Hi everyone, this is me, Srilekha Das Gupta, currently working as a teacher in one of our reputed school in Kolkata. Today I am here to share with you all about my story, how my life was before I knew Jesus. Before knowing Jesus Christ, my life wasn't that great. I made choices which I shouldn't have. I mixed with people. My commitment towards my society and my family wasn't that great. Yes, I really had a good reputation in my school, but I was a very naughty kid. I was very aggressive, very rude in behavior. I was abusive in nature. I used to hurt people like anything. I was into different kind of addictions. I used to go out with friends, come home late. All these things were going in my life in class 4. My own cousin brother physically abused me and I was molested. And because of those things, from inside, I was very hurt. And that aggression, because I couldn't forgive him and I couldn't share with anyone, that really broke me from inside. And I was into depression, and that actually made me this kind of a person. But today, if you're seeing me like this, happy go lucky, it's only because of Jesus Christ. He changed me totally. If you ask people who knows me closely, if you go and ask them, they will tell you how I was and how I am today. I have become very sensible person. I know my commitments towards my family, towards my society. I care about people. Jesus has set me free from all kinds of addictions, those abusive natures. Jesus really helped me, and He has now put a burden in my heart to help poor people. And that has only happened, it's because He really spoke to me in 2013 when I came first time for SOAR Revolution. That time Jesus really changed my life. There's a youth program that happens in SOAR Revolution, and from that youth program I received Jesus Christ, and I really share that, you can say, friendship, fatherhood. I found a real father in him. I found a real best friend in him. It's very different, if you ask me. I committed my life and I have gave my life to Jesus, and He really changed me. During the time of Amphan, I went and I have cut trees. I have worked with the counselor, and I am still working with her to help poor people, to donate food to the slum areas. During the time of Amphan, there were many old people in our area where they were running out of waters. I went and bought waters for them along with my friends and helped them in the time of difficulties. This is my story. You don't have to do big things for people. You don't have to do big things for God. But your little things that you do, that changes you.
Hi, and welcome to the Watch Party edition of SOAR Live. Thank you for staying tuned in and for making it this far. We trust you are doing well and you are having a great time with us. A big shout out to Debbie and Patrick and the team at the Grace AG. We are just so blessed to have you join us in this time. If you were not with us this last week, please go back to our YouTube channel, SOAR Revolution, and check out last week's broadcast. It was really cool. It was really good. And over there, we launched our new theme for the month of June. It's called What's Next? Uploading the New Normal. And our friend, your friend, my friend Jacob, he gave us a splendid bumper into how we can adapt and embrace this new normal. In that, he encouraged us to not forget the lessons of the lockdown, where by setting our focus, by getting a new focus, new dreams, new goals, and by experiencing and giving out new compassion, we are able to make new choices. And we just hope that over this last few days, you've been able to work on that for a bit. talking about the lockdown, out of all of the things that I've done during the lockdown, some of my most favorite moments have been conversations that I've had with my wife, with my friends, with families, with neighbors. And this has been either via text, via call, or via some video app. And it's just been great. I'm sure each one of you have been a part of one such conversation as well. To think of it, for all of us, there has been such an explosion in the bandwidth of the area of communication for all of us. And we've been a part of this for the last couple of weeks. And one specific area that the new normal has really impacted is the area of communication. This evening, we want to take some time and talk about new conversations. And you're going to learn how to be more effective in your conversations as you embrace this new normal. John Powell, he once said, communication works best for those who work at it. And it is so true in our lives, even on a regular basis. Did you know that we are constantly conversing with someone or something? You know what, recently I read a post where WHO, World Health Organization, says it's perfectly fine if you take time to talk to your plants while you are in isolation. Isn't that crazy? Well, not really, because there was another study done by an institute which stated, and researchers discovered, that talking to your plants really helps them to grow faster. They also found that plants grow faster to the sound of a female voice than to the sound of a male voice. So here's a small tip, ladies. Be a little environmental friendly. Talk to some plants. Getting back to the point here, we are constantly communicating with people around us, things around us, and when there is no one around us, we are constantly communicating with ourselves. Ourselves, you say, well, I'm talking about that tiny little voice, your inner voice, that keeps communicating with you and you keep responding to it. That is the most common, most effective, and most private conversation that we ever have. You know what? We can divide our conversations into different categories. And we want to take a look at 3 of those categories this evening. Out of all the conversations we are having, some of them are wrong conversations with the wrong people. What do you mean, Phillip? What I mean is, we need to rethink the conversations we have been having with some people or even with ourselves. Wrong conversations with the wrong people can be dangerous for us. The Bible reminds us of a guy by the name of Samson in the book of Judges, chapter 13 to 16. He had a habit of wrong conversations with the wrong people. And you know what happens? This guy loses his hair, he ends up in prison, and at the end of it all, he gives up on life. Let me remind you once again, wrong conversations with the wrong people can get you in the wrong places. So watch out. These wrong conversations are like these dangerous bore wells. Ever so often we hear of kids falling into these bore wells, and it's very difficult for them to come out of it. Sometimes wrong conversations with the wrong people are just like that. That's the first category. The second category of conversations are old conversations with new people. You know what, have you ever been in a conversation with someone and you feel like you're having a deja vu moment? Well, not really because you are having a deja vu moment, but because you have you've planned out how your conversation exactly is going to look like. Think about cheesy pickup lines. Think about conversations like this. Let me give you an example. For instance, you turn up to a party and you're all alone, and you suddenly find this uncle or this auntie who wants to kind of get to you, and their pickup or their startup line is, "Beta, I saw you when you were so small." You remember? Have you had a conversation like that? Well, yes. Or even some work-related conversations where your boss really wants to get to the point, but he'll call and he'll ask you how you're doing for like 10 minutes straight, and then he gets to the point. You know what I'm talking about? Old conversations with new people. What about statements where we go on saying, I am like this only, and you can add different words to it. These are all old conversations with new people. It's basically you seeking approval from somebody else for something you will not approve of yourself. Think about that for a while. Think about that for a while. John chapter 4, we see a lady in the Bible trying to have an old conversation with a new person. The new person is Jesus. And what's happening here is she has figured out the drift of her conversation about how it's going to sound like, how she's going to talk about religion and politics, but Jesus is on a deeper drift. She starts, with these conversation where she's going about things around her and how those things will matter. She's trying to find approval, and probably these conversations are things that she has well rehearsed. She's gone through them a couple of times. She's tried them with a couple of people just so that she can find approval for herself in the eyes of someone, and she can defend what her real life was. These conversations are really like defenses that you build to hide yourself. Can I be honest with you this evening? It's downright boring because everyone sees what you're trying to hide. Old conversations with new people are boring. Old conversations with new people can get you stuck in a rut. So beware of old conversations and the drift that it brings along with it, because they are like dry wells. You keep returning to them, but actually they are empty. The third category of questions that we want to talk about are important conversations with the right people. Someone said one good conversation can shift the direction of change forever. Wait, before we move any further, I want you to take some time and think, do any of your conversations fall into the category of important, not because you categorize them, but because they genuinely are important? Or maybe another question you can think is, how frequently do you have these important conversations? The third question that you can think about this evening is, what you categorize as important conversations, are you having those important conversations with the right people? It's very, very important, because these important conversations with the right people are life-giving. Life-giving because it gives you a brand new perspective on life and the things around you. Figuring out the purpose in your life is an important conversation between your Creator, you, and sometimes those who you love. Discussing your career with someone who is experienced, knowledgeable, is an important conversation, and you need to have that sometime or later. And you know why I like the Bible the most is because it's filled with such important conversations. And we can learn 3 things about these important conversations. The first thing you can learn is these conversations are deep. When you read John chapter 3, you hear of a Pharisee by the name of Nicodemus. He comes to talk to Jesus. His question or his conversation is, how can someone be born again? Very, very important question, and that's something that you and I also need to discuss, with the right people. What he was asking is, how can I experience life in all of its fullness? It's a life-changing conversation, because by the end of it, Nicodemus receives the answer to his question and a key to his life. Conversations that are important are deep. Conversations that are important are dynamic. In Luke chapter 19, we come across Jesus having a conversation with a tax collector by the name of Zacchaeus. This conversation is so dynamic, so relatable, and so relevant to the life of Zacchaeus that by the end of the conversation, Zacchaeus' life changes. Important conversations are deep, they are dynamic, but most importantly, they are detrimental. When you look at the dictionary definition of the word detrimental, it means tending to cause harm. So what am I trying to say? What I'm trying to say is, in many ways, these important conversations are not safe. They're definitely not easy, but are very, very important and very, very life-giving. Going back to John chapter 4, the conversation with the lady at the well. In continuation with the conversation, Jesus imparts like this new life to this lady. She gets a fresh perspective on her life. She gets a fresh perspective on her walk with God. And what happens is she shifts out from her safe zone, from her hiding, to go and tell people and to share her joy with others so that their lives can be changed. This evening, as we conclude, we want you to remember wrong conversations with the wrong people can get you in the wrong places. Old conversations with new people are downright boring. We are encouraging you this week to rethink and revamp the motive and the drift of your conversations. Find the right people, have the right conversations. All the best uploading the new normal. God bless.
for this evening, this time that you have given us. We thank you for your goodness, your mercy that you have shown over our lives. God, I pray that in this coming week, God, whatever we have heard today and learned today, God, whatever you have spoken to us, God, we pray that we would be able to keep these words in our hearts or in our minds throughout this coming week until we meet again next Sunday again. We thank you, God, for this time. Just thank you for showing up in our midst this evening. In your name I pray, amen.
thank you so much for being a part of SOAR, and we appreciate the effort you all take Sunday after Sunday just to view SOAR online. I especially want to thank our guest presenters, Grace AG, for the wonderful way in which they have blessed us. We are so glad that we could have you join with us.
Friends, during the stressful times, if you need someone to talk to or if you need someone to pray for you, then I would urge you to reach out to us on the helpline numbers or visit our website www.soarlife.in. As a SOAR family, we have been doing something called the Bible Plan of the Month. We would like you to join in, be a part of it, and do this plan along with us. Please visit our website or our social media pages and we'll be glad to help you out. If you are not already a part of our virtual trek group, then I would like to encourage you to join one today. For more information, you can visit our website or you can visit our social media pages. Please continue to support us by clicking on the give option on your screen and being a great support to us.
And stay safe. We are MC's RJ signing off.